All right. You know, it's amazing. I just wanted to do a quick update what's been going on around the country as far as TSP2 this year. And I said, well, why don't I talk about implementation and sharing? And I guess that's basically what we've been talking about all week. Implementing new ideas, innovative things, and sharing a whole bunch of things amongst each other. And now we just had a discussion this morning when we got all the facilitators together, and they want to start finding out more and more what the other partnerships are doing and how's the best way to do that. So the bottom line is there's a lot going on, and all of us have to be involved, and that's why we call it a partnership. It's got to be the owners, the manufacturers, the consultants, academia, Federal Highway, and TRB. Everybody has to be involved, and we're trying to get the best solutions for our needs, so we have to have all of the perspectives, and that's really one of our biggest challenges. And success, yes, we've got so many things going, it's amazing. We've got 5 national working groups, we've got working groups on decks and joints and performance measures and social media. These are all things, and you guys are all participating in all of those. And as well, you have your own 4 working groups as well. So there's a lot of irons in the fire that we've got going. And you know, when do we find our spare time to work on these things? Well, really, these are all items that we have true interest in. And if you have that true interest, get involved in these groups and help them move forward. Because and then we can share those results. And again, it's all back to the sharing of what we're doing. So the evolution of the TSP2 program, you know, we found out at the national program that, boy, we really love demonstrations. If there's live demonstrations that industry put on, they were fantastic. A half a day of those, we said, this is terrific. And so we've evolved those to our shorter meetings so that we have the virtual demos. I'll talk about those quickly later. Bridge preservation for local agencies. They have a great need, and there's a great need for training there. But we've had 7 years of partnership meetings in the evolution, and we're now starting. John talked about research needs, and so did George. And we've got to really find out where we want to move forward in both of those things. Social media. We've got to jump onto social media and start using social media. That's one of our top means of communication. You know, anybody who's not looking at me is looking at their phone right now. So, you know, we've got to really be proactive in some of these things. Product and technology database that the National Bridge Deck Working Group has promoted. That's moving forward. And now we do have some funding for our small research projects, so that's a good thing. Virtual demonstrations have really evolved, and they are now, we show them, but we tried something new this time, showing them during the breaks and during the hospitality hours, and I don't know that I saw anybody looking at them, so we've got some ways to go there. But we did promote, what people wanted to do was try to have more case studies noted in these virtual demos. And so some of the industries did adjust their videos so that they said, okay, we've done this here and there, and in different states that they've done it, and success stories. Bridge preservation for local agencies. We've decided that we really ought to offer a grassroots a la carte menu to local agencies, face to face. You've got to sit these guys down and talk to them about the difference between maintaining and the difference and preservation. They've got to understand that if they extend the life of the bridge, it's certainly going to be a money saver. And we did have some good positive talks with Indiana, and they want to have some sort of one-day training. But letting them pick the type of training that they get is what we really want to do. So far, we did have that, it's been mentioned before, we had the meeting in San Antonio. That was very successful. I think we had over 200 people there. We've got over 160 here today. Next, we're going to Baltimore, Maryland in September, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin in October. Then the national meeting will be coming up in probably April or May of 2018. And we all know that next year we're going to Colorado for the Western meeting. As John spoke, there's a great need for research, need statements and moving research forward. And now we have several avenues that we can do that with. We're going to get them to Subcommittee on Maintenance and Subcommittee on Bridges and Structures, and they're the ones that really vote on what should be moved forward. But you guys have your say. They'll listen to what you have to say as partnerships. And so you have to understand that. The Bridge Product Technology Database was proposed by the National Bridge Tech Working Group, and the oversight panel put money forward for funding it. Right now, we're in the initial stages of design. It'll probably be 6 months of design and then 6 months of population. We're going to use those matrices that were already developed in overlays and sealers as some of the initial population, but we're going to need, the working group is working closely with the design. That didn't get finished, but the working group is moving along in the design right now, and we want to make sure the design is what we want, defining all of our needs before we actually start to get to populate it. But we will be looking to, for all the states to assist us in population. This is an example of some of the categories that will probably be incorporated into this database. It's, joints, membranes, patching materials, overlays, thin and thick, and sealers, and other, but it's going to have a lot of potential to expand this database. And what we want to do is make it a live database. You have a static matrices, but now we can go back and you can come up, here's all the relationships between products, users, specifications, photographs, sources and agencies, and all the cross linkages that we're going to be working with. So these are just some of our thoughts, making this a true live database. And then there's some samples of some reports that you can get out of this database. So it's going to be live, and it's going to be hopefully continuously updated. So this is something we're all excited about, and the good thing about this database is once we get it done and up and running, we can switch, and you can do this for coatings, or you can do it for all sorts of different categories. We're making sure that it's going to be a database that we can use for many purposes. Even pavements could use it for different pavement treatments. So once we get going with the national meeting, we're sort of talking about going to Reno right now, but we have to look at a whole bunch of options. And we will start off sometime this fall. We'll be building an organization committee, a technical committee, demonstration committee, and maybe even a spouse committee. So it'll be, hopefully we'll have another 500 people, just like the last one, and it'll be a great success for national networking. It's all about implementation and sharing. And I think we really have to promote that. Everybody started, we really spent a lot of time from when Carlos first opened up. He actually didn't see what I was going to talk about, and I didn't see what he was going to talk about, but we were both promoting implementation and sharing. And I think that's one of the main key items that we have, key goals for the partnerships. Any questions or comments? And you think this is a blank slide? Here we are, all bridge preservation practitioners. Here we have a blank slide here. No, it's not a blank slide. It's a deterioration model. It's showing that if you make the right decision early in the life of your bridge, you may gain another 30% of its life. That's it. Thanks a lot.